Hey guys, welcome back. This is the third video on Crash Course on Python.
Let's go!
Now, let's see input and output operations and an import statement in programming languages. Built-in functions like input and print are available for the input and output operations in Python. So, input. The syntax for the input function is input and a prompt message with a quotation marks inside it. Let's see an example for this. So variable name is equals to input and inside the quotation marks enter value. This is the syntax for the input function in Python. Second example is variable is equals to type of input of enter value. This is a very useful syntax. Like when you take the input itself, you are converting the type of the variable and storing it as per the requirement of your program. I'll show the practicals of this to you in a minute. Now let's see the output function also. So the syntax for this is print word itself and an enter message enclosed within the quotations and comma variables. The variables is optional here. If you do not include variables, there is no need of comma after the quotation marks. Now let's take an input into the variable x from the console. So the prompt I am using here is enter number 1 and hit enter. Take some value here. So now 10 is stored into x. So I am taking another number. Y is equals to enter number 2. Close the quotation marks and hit enter. I am taking 20 into y. Now I wish to add x plus y and x minus y. Okay, here it's showing some error. It's showing that both are string data types. But did we give some strings? That is characters. No, we just give 10 and 20, right? So there's a situation here that whatever value you give from the keyboard, it is stored defaultly in the variables as strings. So you cannot subtract two strings. So for this, you have to convert the type while taking the input itself. How do we do that? Yeah, by just declaring the type of the variable we want to convert it into before the input statement. So that's it. Now if you enter any number, it just stores as int in the variable x. Now let's do the same thing for y also. I'm taking the same value 20 into y. So now x plus y gives us 30 and x minus y gives us minus 10. X into y? Yes, 200. Now let's see the output function, that is print. So print of inside the quotation marks any message you want to give, that is multiplication value is, and after that close the quotation marks, comma x into y. So the value of x star y, that is multiplication of x into y value, I wish to put it here after the statement multiplication value is. So the value is computed and printed down there. Also we can print some numbers sequentially with a separation between them that we wish, and the ending symbol also we can decide it. So that we can do by using this syntax, that is sep of r inside the quotations and end with 3 dots. Close it and now hit enter. If you observe here, 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 and ending with 3 dots has been printed onto the screen. Now before understanding what is import statement, I want to tell you what is a module. So a module is a file containing Python definitions and statements. We generally write programs of Python like how we did previously. So same like that, there are many statements and definitions in a file, yes, in a Python file, and that is called a module. Also, Python modules have a file name and they end with the extensions .py. .py indicates that the file is written in Python language. So these definitions and statements inside a module can be imported to another module or program in Python. That is, You can use the definitions or programs or whatever exists in a module by importing it into our program in Python. So how to do that? So how do we do that? By using import keyword, we can import the module into our program. So if you remember from this previous example, we have used import keyword. Here keyword is a module where all these keywords exist in this module and all the definitions for this exist. So this keyword module is imported using import keyword and we are printing all the list. Now moving on to operators. Operators manipulates data and variables values, that is the variables value stored inside them. There are many different types of operators. Basically and mainly there are two types of operators. First one is unary operators. So the unary term refers to unique, that is single. So in unary operators, we operate with only a single variable. So plus plus and minus minus. If you see here variable plus plus, this is the syntax for using these operators. But in Python, we have three unary operators: plus, minus and a wave symbol. Plus generally gives a positive value of a number or a variable. If you declare x as 10, it just prints 10. And minus gives the negative value of the variable, and wave symbol gives the value of minus of x plus 1 value. Let's see this practically now. So firstly, I'm declaring x as 10 and print the value of plus x, that is positive value 10. Now minus x, it just prints the negative value. As I've told you, hashtag is just like a comment. It doesn't show in the output of the program. So we have got minus 10. Now wave of x returns minus of x plus 1 value. In our program, x is 10, so it returns minus of 10 plus 1 value, that is minus 11. The second type of operators are binary operators. By, that means 2. So in binary operators, we deal with two variables, that is we operate on two variables. So the first one is arithmetic operators. Generally in maths, what are the arithmetic operations? Plus, minus, division, multiplication, etc. So the same operators exist here along with some new and advanced operators. So let's see what are the operators in Python. Addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, and the percentile symbol there defines modulo division. Modulo division generally returns the remainder value when a number is divided by another number. And two backward slashes between variable define floor division. The next one is relational operators or conditional operators. Generally, what is meant by relational? So, relating two variables. What can the relations of numbers be? They can be equal, or they can be greater than, or they can be greater than equal to, less than, and less than equal to. So same thing here. So double equals between two variables indicate that both are equal, and not equal to, and greater than, less than, greater than equal to, or less than equal to. So next comes the logical operators. Two and symbols and two ors or not, that is logically not. So logical and, logical or, and logical not. These three are used for logical operators. The relational operators and logical operators are generally used for conditional statements. I'll be dealing with these operators in conditional statement session, so don't worry about them. And bitwise operators. So these are all the bitwise operators. These are not widely used. That is, we don't use these much in our programs. So for basic sessions, you needn't worry about bitwise operators. Now moving on to assignment operators. What generally refers to assignment? Assignment means assigning a work to some person. So in technical terms, assigning a value to a variable is called assignment. So assignment operator is equals We have dealt with this before already. We have dealt with this operator already when we declared variables, that is x is equals to 10, where we are assigning the value 10 to the variable x. So the syntax is equals to a is equals to b. Here we are assigning the variable b to a. So in assignment operators, we have shorthand operators. What are shorthand operators? These are just like arithmetic operations, but a plus symbol followed by an equal symbol, that is a plus equals b. This statement generally refers to a is equals to a plus b. Instead of writing 3 variables, we just write 2 variables and this symbol between this. So this is a shorthand expression for this. Similarly, minus equal to, this is a is equals to a minus b, and star equals to, that is a star equals b, refers to a is equals to a star b, and division equals and modulo equals, and finally floor division equals. Now let me show you a practical on these operators. I'm going to show you guys a new method where we are going to save a file with a program in it, and we are going to execute it using the command prompt of your system. So go to your desktop, right click there and create a new text document. I'll leave the program in the description below. A Google Drive link is there and you can copy paste this program. So I'll explain the program first. So first line is a is equals to int of input the first number. We are typecasting the variable into int before storing it. Same with b. We are taking a second number, we are typecasting it with the int function. So firstly we are adding the 2 variables using plus operator, then subtracting, then multiplication and division and floor division value. Then there's double star operator, that is the power, that is a power b. Suppose there's 2 and 4, so 2 power 4, that is 16. Then modulus operator. So this is the shorthand plus operator I'm using here, and also the shorthand multiplication operator, and I'm storing those into 2 other variables, short add and short mul, so that the data won't get lost. Then next I'm just printing all of these values in my program. Now after saving the file, close it and change the file name to whatever you wish. I am keeping it as operators. Then change the extension .txt to .py. Then if you get this prompt, click yes. So now go to the command prompt of your system and type cd space desktop. Note that D should be capital there, and let's execute it here. Now type py space operators.py. So it's showing a prompt, that is enter the first number. So here I'm entering 11 and hit enter. Then enter the second number, that is 5, and all the results are printed here. So as simple as that.